Hey, it's Nikki Q. I just wanted to give you some tips on my training that I have been doing for this race. I'm doing the 5K Color Run. Can't wait. Excited here in Pittsburgh. And some of the things that I'm doing for training. Now, I've never done this before, so for me, it's almost like I'm running a marathon. How exciting is this? And you know that. So, if you are about to run a 5K or a marathon of any sort, these tips could help you. Well, let's just go into it. Jumping rope is something that I have been incorporating into my routine. I feel that's important. Burpees, so important because that gives you that intensity. I am doing a lot of HIITs, high intensity interval training. I am really getting it. That is so important. It really builds your body. You want to get your arms strong. If your arms are strong, then your stride is going to be stronger. This is important. A lot of people start working their legs and they totally neglect the arms and don't realize just how important your arm strength is when you are running. Match your stride to your breathing, not the other way around. Make sure that you are, and this is so important so that you don't get those like stitch in your side where you are in pain. You don't want that. So you want to do like 2 steps of an inhale and then 2 steps exhale. So you want to just really pay attention to this while you're training. Get this down pat. Your stride and your breathing, so all of this is so important because if you make a good routine now, when you are actually, you know, that it's that day of, you will just automatically do it. What we as humans make ourselves into a routine, we keep falling back on that routine always. So don't have bad routines. Don't have poor routines. Don't eat unhealthy after you train. Don't forget to do stretches after the routine. Don't forget to do foam rolling. You know, the foam rolling is a great tip, something to do that, you know, it really loosens you up. It, you know, opens you up. I've been doing yoga as well. That is actually helped me so much. I've noticed, like, you know, I'm much more loose, able to run longer distances. So important, so important. Also, slow down your strikes of your feet. You want to, when you're running, pay attention to how soft you're hitting the ground. You don't want to pound the pavement. You want to actually get that nice soft, like imagine you're stepping on a puppy's tail. You want to just really be very careful and don't hurt your ankles, because when you pound the pavement, you hurt your ankles and your heels, and that's why I got one of these. It's just like a little squishy ball. It's not very squishy. It's got like a little bit of give to it, and I got it from the dollar store, and I just put my foot on it and I roll it around. Stretches out your toes. It's so important. Yes, it's important to stretch your body, but your feet are important too. Massaging your feet, stretching your toes out, airing your feet out. Take good care of your feet in training because your feet are going to get you through that day. Lacing your shoes is important. I will leave a link below. There is a video that I found that is that he shows you how to lace your shoes for whatever is ailing you or whatever the problem is when you are running. If you notice your heel is slipping up or you feel like your shoes are not on good enough, there's a pattern to lace your shoes in to make it more comfortable. If you notice that, you know, that bridge of your foot starts hurting, there's a lacing pattern for that as well. So I will link that below so that you can check that out if you want. One of the people that I have been watching is this Nate Helming. Sorry. He is good. He knows his stuff. he's got a team that helps him make these videos. The run experience, I will link that below as well. Check him out. He gives you a lot of great tips to help you with your stride. He explains it, breaks it down. This is great stuff. I mean, it took me a little while to find somebody who really like targeted all of it. In your training, make sure you train downhill as well as uphill, not just flat ground. This is very important because you don't know for sure what terrain you're going to be in. You know, if you're going to be mostly flat and then a little bit uphill, you know, you just want to make sure that you are ready for whatever it is, okay? You never know. I mean, sometimes you're expecting one course and, you know, something happens where it changes or whatever. Make rules and set goals for your training. Set time. You want to beat certain times. Set these, stick to them. It'll help you to train harder and get faster. Once a week, run naked. Yeah, let that soak in. Yeah, run naked. And I don't mean literally. I mean run naked with no watch, no tracker, no phone, no music, no nothing. Just run with nothing. Just run and just enjoy the actual running. This is important because if you do this once a week, you will then realize that you are able to go a great distance with just yourself driving you, you know? Start visualizing the race ahead of time. Sit, meditate and see the whole entire race. Imagine from start to finish, not just the finish line. From start to finish, everything, your stride, your breathing. Imagine it, visualize it in a healthy and just such a good light, and this will help you on the day of, because you've already done it in your mind. You just have to do it physically. So if something hurts, stop and do not continue your training. If something is hurting for 2 days in a row, take 2 days off. This is important because you don't want to push yourself over the limit to the point of breaking. You don't want to have to deal with injuries while training. That's terrible. Things do happen when you're training. You can get hurt or you can get sick, which is what happened to me. But when that happens, you just want to give yourself the amount of time that your body needs to recover, and then you will do just fine. Do that. If you can get an expert shoe fitting, get it. If not, stick with a shoe that you know and love, and quality is everything. Don't worry about them looking amazing. Worry about them feeling amazing. That is so important. If you can't get an expert fitting, go with something you know and trust. Train in them and make sure that they are comfortable. Do not change your shoes right before the race. Stick to the shoes that you're training in, but do not train hard in them. Get your shoes about midway through your training so they're broken in, but they're not ruined. Every 400 to 500 miles, retire your shoes. This is very important because otherwise you are going to put a lot of strain on your ankles and feet that does not need to be there. Backwards running is a really good tip. I don't really do this that much, but it is really good on your knees. It gives your hamstrings a little bit more, strain. It's good workout for your hamstrings, and it's very low intensity on your knees. So if you train and run backwards for, say, like a mile, just to get the feel of it, it's actually really good advice. I am, for my race day, I'm doing it with my daughter. So I bought these visors. Aren't they cute? Little Adidas visors. They're so cute. I love these. They're adjustable. I am going to train in these to make sure that they are comfortable. If I'm not comfortable in these, I am not wearing them. But, and I also don't know what the weather's going to be like. This is so important to dress for the weather. I will put in the description below a link, a small little, basically tracker to, you know, depending on the temperature, what should you wear. That is important. When training, I think it's important to keep very good tabs on what you are doing. So I suggest tracking everything. These little books, you can get these at, you know, any paper mart or, you know, Office Depot sort of thing. Keep these little logs. They're super tiny, so take this to the gym with you. Even run with it if you need to. Track down what you're doing. Try to top yourself. Get yourself in the habit of training with things that, you know, make you happy. At home, I do training. I bought one of these. This actually is really great to do at home. It's really inexpensive. It's not even in the box because I use it all the time. But this is great. Great for using your body strength and a home workout. I like to put everything onto a calendar. I write down what I did. I write down what I plan to do. I write down the minutes that I ended up doing it. I put little fun names whenever I do it. I will even track my calories. However, I'm not that big on tracking calories, but yes, I believe it's important to write down everything and try to stick to a schedule. Making the time is so key. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope this helped you. Like and subscribe, because you know you want to.